Hello there, my YouTube family. How are you? I am Helen Saller, your destiny helper. Once again, it is a privilege being with you. I find it very exciting being with you every time I'm with you. And I appreciate your emails. Keep them coming. And I answer them. I am answering them. And I am so honored by them. And your comments are amazing. And I mean, super thinkers. Thank you so much. And for those of you, my new subscribers to the YouTube channel, thank you so much. And I am so glad that these videos are helping you. That's why we do them, to help you, to assist you in ways that we didn't get the assistance, but now there is help available for you. Thank you so much. So I am here once again to answer a question from one of my family on YouTube. And the question goes something like this. I am living with my narcissist, and I've been living with him for several years, but I seem to see him doing things that I've done, talking like me and acting like me. That is to no surprise or no amazement, because narcissists have been known to mirror or mimic the specimen that they're with. Because you got to remember, in the eyes of the narcissist, you are an available, ready appliance. And so they use you as supply. They don't have the emotional fortitude that you need. They don't have the compassion that you need. They don't have the care that you need. They are instantly bored. They don't have long-term attention, and their attention span is easily interrupted. They get what they want, and they want a lot, and they want almost everybody they feel that they can get them. And it doesn't matter how much it hurts you. They do that. During the love bombing stage, the narcissist was very meticulous over what you desired. And if you notice, there was many questions during this time that they asked you and had you to answer them. And you felt so privileged to answer these different questions, thinking they wanted to know things of you. They did, because there was things they was going to use later down the line, not for you, but against you. So what the narcissist did in the love bombing, he mirrored you. She mirrored you. What you do, what you said, how you laugh, what you desire. They even did it. And even some ladies said that very sounds that they make in love making, the narcissist imitate them and make those sounds, because in the narcissist's mind, they're broken. Their mind has been broken. They shut off things because of hurts or pressures or things they couldn't deal with, or things that was improperly presented with them. And some narcissists have been hurt so bad until wherever that pain was, whenever that error was, they shut it down, but they still exist. And so they shut down their emotions of love and caring to keep from being hurt again, but they exist in the age of love and caring. So the narcissist now, their inability to love caused them to mimic. They watch how people love, they watch what people say, and they watch the response. And an experienced narcissist have probably had hundreds of relationships, because you got to remember, they're with a relationship with you. There are narcissists that are triangling several women or several men at one time, and they leave them. If you can look into their mind and their history, there are bodies sprawled out all over the street from being wounded by this narcissist. But this narcissist is the paraclete syndrome. The parrot syndrome. Whatever you say to the parrot listen until it strengthen its voice and it strengthen its mind and its recording system, so it can mimic back what you said, and it sounds like you. And he performs like you. He laughs like you. And when you do business, we learn in business that when you mirror, it makes the other person feel comfortable, like you know them. So you mirror them. They move their hand, you move your hands. They move their head, you move your head, because that is the business mirroring, where the narcissists mirror their specimen. They mirror their supply like that, and they mirror you to make sure you stay hooked. But you got to remember, not only is the narcissist training you You are training the narcissist. You have become a trainer. You are training them in how to handle their next specimen, how to handle their next supply. And so they're getting the things from you. What turns you off? What makes you tick? What makes you break? What makes you angry? Because you got to remember, the narcissist needs all of those negative feelings. They need that negative energy. That's their feeder system. And so they watch how you do when they do you wrong. They watch how you cry. Well, they watch things, and this make them feel good when you cry. It doesn't make a normal relationship feel good when the partner's hurt. But this is not a normal relationship. The narcissist is never a normal relationship, and usually never a true relationship. They'll lie at the drop of a hat. Whatever protects them, whatever keeps them in your life, that's what they do. And they do it without a second thought. They do it without feeling any regret. The narcissist does not regret hurting you. It makes them feel good. That's that negative thought and that negative energy. And when they hurt you, when they're away and they feel that you hurt, that gives them energy with their new supply. That gives them energy with their new specimen. And then they come back, and then you will notice that when they come back, they're not mirroring you. They're acting different than before. So now a readjustment phase go into play. And so what they do, they've been gone a few days because they said they was mad, but they're back home now for 3 or 4 weeks. So now they got to take on mirroring you again. They got to be the perfect mimicker. They mimic you, mark you. But the truth of it is, they mimic you because they don't know how to love. They don't know how to do it. And they want to know how to do it. And you're good at it. You're good at loving them. You're good at pouring your heart out. You're good at giving them everything. You are good at the passion. You are passionate when you're with them, and they are watching your every move. You are the teacher that need a raise, because you're training your narc how to be a good narc, because they need to know how to break down mental system, break down thought system, break down desire system, break down goal system, so you don't have any goals anymore. They fight you till you fight out. They beat you till you beat out. And unless you escape sometime out of these relationships, you don't get your sense of mental stability back. There have been people who just broke. They broke. And I mean, there was no way of them regaining back, but God stepped in and helped them to get their mind back. And what happened when they stayed there? They went back into the same program. It's the same program. If you got a program and this program worked with this system, and you don't change the program, you put in the same program, you get the same system. But you are training the narcissist. You're training them how to treat you. You're training them when it's enough. And based on your limitation and based on your tolerance, that new supply gets all of that. That new supply gets you. The new supply get the last person they've become. And because you are the permanent supply, they always interchange over to who you are at some point. And when they bring in alternate personalities and alternate mirrors, they bring it to you. And then it doesn't stay, because where they stay the longest is what they become. And so this is why they constantly switch up, because that mirror comes out and it needs to be temporary. And they go get another mirror, and they go get another mirror, because there's personality differences, desire differences, laughing difference, talking difference, educational difference, economic difference, physiological difference, the way we move, the way we do things. All of that is different. And so all of these differences go on that narcissist. And this is why your narcissist come back. And I mean, they got all of these displays of persons, and you say, I don't even know who you are anymore. You don't know how true that is, because they have mimicked, they have mirrored so many people until they don't even know who they are. So when you say, who are you? They can't tell you who they are, because they don't know who they are. And they're getting ready to change again, because they're getting ready to get a new supply. And every new supply is going to bring in a change. Every new supply is going to change you, because you have to change how to deal with the narcissist from the last supply they had. Because now he don't want what you used to do. He wants this. She wants this. She just had that. And you're like, where you get that from? And they take all the credit. I got it on my own. I've always been like this. I just hid it from you because you didn't deserve to know this. But now that you know this is what I want. And you know that there's been some triangling going because they're bringing you something that you never knew. They bringing you someone that you know that did not come from your house. That did not come from your life. And they would criticize you to the dime to tell you that you are controlling them. You are bothering them. And they are mimicking you. Narcissists are mimicking because what they have are gaping holes in their mind. I think sometimes people underestimate narcissists. You got cerebral narcissists that are very high class thinkers. They're strategists. They're very strategic. They're very methodical. Do not underestimate them. Yes, they're immature and they act childish, but they're very skilled. They may be immature, but they're very skilled at what they do. They done had enough failures. They don't have enough falls. They don't have enough changing. They don't have enough triangulation. Some have been married several times. They will marry easy if they want because they're not married for commitment. They're not married for love. They're not married for covenant. They're married for convenience, what suits them. And they will marry you this week. They want a divorce next week. It doesn't bother them. And you have to know what you're dealing with. So when that narcissist is mirroring you, is not only he bringing something home, honey, he taking you out. He's taking you out to the different people, and it's more you than the mirror, because most of the time when they go out and they get a new supply, once they done, they're done. They getting somebody else. They come back home to the permanent supply, the elite supply, the supreme supply. And when you are the number one supply, they come back home to you no matter how they triangulate, because they're married to you until one day when you married 35 years, the narcissist just pick up and leave. He wants a divorce. We've been doing this for 35 years. Now you want to leave? Yes, I want to leave. And I don't want you to hold me back. I got a right. Why would you take up 35 years of my life? Right. 35. They took up 35 years. You went through this for 35 years. They triangulate for 35 years. He mirrored you for 35 years. 35 years. How many women have gotten you? How many women thought they met the narcissist, but they met the narcissist's wife? They met you. They have you. They're acting like you. They got a soul tie with him, but you are in the soul tie. Because once he mate with them, after mating with you, you are spread it all over the place. And then that's the fight, because you got mind fight. And you wonder why you got all of these thoughts based on all of the people he's been with. Someone was nutty as a fruitcake, and now you are acting nutty, and you like, this is not me. No, it's them. But he brought it back home. And so what happens is you're going to have to build yourself. And you got to notice when he went out. And you have to attack that zone so you can keep who you are. Because souls tie in sex and bonding and covenants. They tie there. And that tie that comes back to you, because everywhere he goes, he bring it home. Every dog he rubs, he bring it home. Every flea that jumps from the dog comes in the bed. And you got to deal with the aftermath. So mimicking, yes, they mimic. Mirroring, yes, they mirror. They mirror. So you're changing and they're changing with you. But you are also training him how to take you out. How many places are you now? How many houses have you been in? How many beds have you laid in? How many cars? Now the tears. Because the narcissist will discard. That's part of the package. So as you live with them, notice you are being recorded and recycled. Your mind, your thoughts, your personality, recycle. That's what the narcissist does. And as long as you are there, expect to be everywhere. And with this one, you don't even need a plane ticket. I'm Helen Sattler, your destiny helper.